In this video, I'm going to be giving you an ultimate guide to Vanguard Zombies de ANFANG. This is going to be your one-stop hub for absolutely everything you'll need to want and know to jump into Vanguard Zombies and make the absolute most out of your games. We're covering early game setup, best loadout weapon, best strategy to maximize point progression and damage as early as possible, the late game high round strategy. Whether you're a beginner or you've played zombies for years, you'll find this video useful, and I'd love to know if it was in the comment section below. And while you're down there, you might as well click the like button if you enjoyed too. I've been creating Call of Duty Zombies content for years now, but if this is your first time here, then be sure to subscribe, because there'll be more videos like this to come. Just before jumping into a game, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your loadouts. You'll be given a ton of different pre-made loadouts, each having their own weapon and artifact, but you're going to want to make your own. Now, it's still really early days to know what is the best loadout weapons to use, but I've found the combat shotgun is absolutely incredible for starting out in this mode. And you unlock it at level 14, so if you aren't level 14 yet, don't worry, just continue playing the game and you'll probably get this gun out of the mystery box or dropped on the map. It seems just like with Cold War, shotguns are going to be very useful in this game. And as for artifacts, they are the same as Cold War. We have Ring of Fire, Ether Shroud, Energy Mine, and Frost Blast, and I definitely choose Ether Shroud or Ring of Fire over the other two. So welcome to where you'll spend a majority of your time. This is the hub world for Vanguard Zombies de ANFANG, and to start off, you have 3 different objectives to choose. We have Blitz, Harvest, and Transmit. Completing each of these will unlock different parts of the map for us, and there's going to be a specific route we're going to want to take just so we can maximize making sure that we get the right things early on. Everything you traditionally look for in a zombies mode is right here in this hub world. The Pack-a-Punch machine is here ready to use straight away, although as you can see, the prices for it have increased a lot. All the perks on the map are on this map right here, but you need to unlock them by going ahead and completing objectives to unlock new parts of the map. There's also this new Covenant system where you'll earn hearts through every objective that you'll spend here. There's also the mystery box, which you'll be using a lot more than what you did in Cold War Zombies, because you'll be trying to get some very strong, powerful weapons. You can get packed weapons at the box. And the buildable bench returns. Although you cannot craft any score streaks, you can just create armor, lethal, and tactical grenades. And at the moment, self-revive is the only support streak that you can get. Starting off, we want to try and go for this one first, because Juggernog is going to be right there, and that's going to be one of the first perks we want to get. So let's activate the portal and begin our first objective. Now, these objectives randomize every time you play. So at the moment, we're starting with a 1-minute blitz objective on this map, but you might get a 1-minute blitz on a different map, or you might get a completely different objective in total. And we'll be going through all the objectives in this guide anyway, so you understand exactly how they work. This is a very simple, just survive for a minute. That's literally it. And when it's this early on in the round, you don't even have to go ahead and kill the zombies. You could just train around for a minute until the time is up. If we look in the bottom left at the heads-up display, you can see our points there. You can also see our salvage next to it, and then that heart icon is the hearts that we get from completing each objective that we can spend at the Altar of Covenant. You'll also notice we have our health number, which is 100 to start with, which might be a little jarring for those that are used to Cold War and its health, and we need to get Juggernog and buy it increasingly to increase our health. You can also see the self-revive logo underneath our health. You start with 1 self-revive every time you play a solo game. Now that we've completed that objective, you can see that barrier has closed down, which gives us access to this new area of the map. And as we can see, we've got a perk there, which is Juggernog, which is now called Fiendish Fortitude. Now, perks work a little differently in this game to how we're used to. As you can see, when I bought it, it cost me 0 points, and the base version of every perk costs 0 points. So it's definitely worth to just grab these perks as soon as you get access to them. Around the hub world, you also see on the heads-up display, we've got crystals, which you can destroy, and you can get some secret rewards. Sometimes you can get ammo, you can get salvage, you can get equipment. Now, at this point, you're free to sort of explore and do what you want. There isn't much to do, and zombies are going to keep spawning. So we're going to get ready for our second objective here. We're not spending any points yet. We're just going to keep on saving, and we've got a harvest objective right here. And we want to do this because there's a perk in there that we want to get as soon as possible. So let's go and do our second objective. So if this harvest objective is very simple, you can see that there's what's called a Sin Eater somewhere in this map, and killing zombies is going to drop these rune stones. You just want to pick up 5 of them and deposit it to that Sin Eater. Another great tip is that since we're in an area that hasn't been unlocked yet in the main map, we have access to another perk, which is right there. So if you wanted to, you can go ahead and grab that perk whilst you're in here. And again, it will cost you nothing. So this is Ethereal Haste, which is stamina. Now we've got full rune stones. We just go to the Sin Eater, deposit those, and it's going to move to a different portion of this area. Now with that objective complete, we're going to get teleported back to the hub world, and you see that you get given some points as well for completing that. It was about 2,000 to 3,000. As you see, the world grows harder, and now we gain access to this building where if we go through this door at the back, we have a perk available, which is diabolical damage, which increase our critical damage, which is always great to have, and especially early on in the game so we can do more damage. At this point, you'll notice that the zombies roaming around the hub world will start to be a tad more aggressive. They will be spawning a little bit more, so you got to keep your wits about you. And now we've got 2 Covenant Hearts. We'll go over to the altar and we'll see what we can have. So every time you play, you'll get randomized altar of Covenant, so you will not see exactly what you're seeing here. But we have Mother Load for a small chance to keep equipment after using it, so we'll definitely take that. And Death Blow, critical kills return a bullet to the clip. This is absolutely fantastic to pair with a shotgun, so I definitely advise getting it if that appears. And to show you what it does, critical kills might return a bullet. So you see I've got 5 bullets at the moment. I just got a critical kill, and my bullets didn't go down in my clip. As you can see, it stays at 5. As you can see, we're on wave 3, about to go do another objective, and we're very close to being able to pack a punch. We just need 1,000 more points. Let's go ahead and do our 4th objective here, Blitz. We'll do it here so we can get access to another perk, which will regen our health quicker. So now we've got another Blitz objective, and again, this is all randomized. It will be different for you in your game. So when you get to the 3rd wave, you'll start getting these new zombies spawning in called Boom Shriers, which explode when you kill them, and also explode any zombies that are nearby. Now there are Covenant altars. Now there are Covenant abilities which are tied to explosions, which means that explosions will do more damage to zombies. So if that sounds something up your street, you can pick that. But for the sake of the ultimate guide, I'm going to keep going here to try and get another Covenant ability, which pairs perfectly with what we have right now for the shotgun. As you see, we now have access to this section of the map where we have another perk altar to choose from, which is Venomous Vigor, which is regenning our health, which is really good. And now there's only one more perk that we need to get, which is inside of that objective. But just before then, now we're about to hit wave 4. We have enough points to pack a punch. So prioritize getting all the points and spend them first on pack-a-punching your gun. That's the first thing you're going to want to do. And now we've got a much stronger weapon to take for these waves that we've got coming in. And now that we have enough salvage, we can go to the bench and we can get ourselves tier 1 armor, which we definitely will need. And we can also spend our heart we got, and there's a chance that we're going to be getting a epic Covenant ability here. And that's going to be Cryo Freeze. Now we want to pair a shotgun with one called Dead Accurate, which hasn't appeared yet. So we're going to get Cryo Freeze for now, and I hope that Dead Accurate will appear later. With our 4 perks, our Pack-a-Punch shotgun, we can now go ahead and do this objective. Now this is the 3rd and final objective currently in the game. Depending on when you're watching this, they will add more objectives in, so this might not be the last one for you. But this one is a escort where we have to escort a floating head. And if you hadn't noticed already, we are in a demonic version of Shinonuma, which looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot lie to you. But getting this on an early wave like this is very, very easy, as you literally just follow this head around and you should be done very, very quickly. You should already notice with that Pack-a-Punch shotgun and that Covenant ability, you're shooting zombies and getting critical kills and your ammo doesn't deplete. It's amazing. With that objective complete, you'll now have access to the boiler room, and inside of here we can get our final perk, which is Speed Cola. And again, it will cost you absolutely nothing to buy it. Now we're at the point where we have all the perks. You can now choose to upgrade these perks by buying them, and they will cost the normal perk price of 2,500. Now, the real balancing act comes in what do you prioritize more? Buying and upgrading the perks, or saving money to upgrade your weapon? And honestly, I would prioritize upgrading your weapon. But because it's very important, we should start buying and upgrading our Juggernauts. So Tier 2 will cost 2,500 points, so we'll go ahead and buy that. And now we have 25 more health, which is, of course, very important. I definitely advise to prioritize having more health over anything else. Checking back at our altar, what do we have? We don't have any that we were looking for, but I'm going to get Unholy Ground and replace Cryo Freeze with it, just so we can deal more damage when shooting while stationary, which with a shotgun is likely. And we only have one more objective to do before the entire hub world is open. So let's go ahead and complete this. Now, one thing to note is at wave 5 onwards, you're going to have what's called Stormkriegers spawn in, which are boss zombies with machine gun turrets. They're pretty scary. However, with our shotgun papped and all of the perks, this should be light work. So watch this. 2 shots, they are dead. Now, I know when I first started playing this, I struggled to kill them because they were just eating up the bullets because I wasn't using a good enough weapon. And those zombies are going to be a constant problem from this wave onwards and does make the game significantly harder. But again, they are very easy to take out. I didn't even take them out in the most efficient method, which I will show you when I get another one. And if you get nukes at all during anything, it will take out all the zombies, including the bosses, which is absolutely amazing. This is the most efficient way to take out a Boom Schreier. They have a backpack. Once they stop shooting their turret, there's a split second where they aren't going to be shooting at you. And if you can get behind him, you can then shoot his backpack and it will explode, killing all the zombies. That wasn't the greatest showing of it, but you can do it. As you can see, that barrier is now down, so we have access to the entire hub world now. Go to the Altar Covenant, see what we have now. We have Dead Accurate, which is what I was talking about. Successive shots on the same enemy deal more damage. We definitely want that. Might actually swap Motherload out for that. Now, the next thing we're looking for is, you see, we are very close to having 1,500 points to get ourselves tier 2 Pack-a-Punch on our combat shotgun. So we're just going to have to keep going through and do one more objective. Just so we do that, let's just quickly run down and show you where all of the perks are. Starting with Juggernog. If you come through here in the hub world, it is just going to be up the stairs right there. The next perk, Diabolical Damage, which is Deadshot, can be found inside of this building right here. Just chilling there. In the Altar of Covenants, if you come outside here, you will find the Quick Revive Health Regen ability right here. Straight from that, if you come down here and then into the boiler room right in this corner, you're going to find Speed Cola chilling right there. And finally, from the altar, if you make your way left and then through in this door here, you make your way into the theater where Stamina Up is waiting for you there. Now that you've teleported back, you will notice that you will start getting bombarded by these Stormkriegers. So definitely take them out before they make your life hell. The best way to take them out is just to shoot them in the head or try and shoot their backpack, which will explode. From this point, you definitely want to be a bit more aware of what you're doing in the hub world, because zombies will be very aggressive, just always trying to constantly attack you. But with our 24,000 points, we can finally upgrade our weapon to level 2, which is absolutely fantastic. And we have another heart to spend at the Covenant altar. As you can see, we have an epic version of Dead Accurate, so we're going to replace our rare one. So now this will deal much more damage rather than deal a little bit more damage. Go ahead and repair your armor if you can. We're still trying to get level 2. But with just under 10k points, I definitely recommend at this stage now we go and buy Diabolical Damage tier 2. We'll actually buy the perk for 2,500. Anything that's going to help us deal more damage, we definitely want at this stage. Now, around the map, you'll also find these chests, which you can open for a chance of getting, hey, look, a monkey bomb and getting Pack-a-Punch guns. So we've got a Volkstrom Gewehr here, which is papped 1. It's good to at least have a backup weapon, although this shotgun is still just incredible. Now we head off to do another challenge. At this stage, with 1,400 salvage, we're definitely so close to level 2, and that's what you're going to be wanting to work on. With our 1,500 points, we're going to be working on saving it up so we have 30 grand to be able to afford Pack-a-Punch. That's going to take us at least 2 more waves to get. Advised, just to keep secure, we're now going to buy Venomous Vigor tier 2. We're actually going to pay for it now, and that should regen our health a little bit quicker. Here I've got a 3-minute blitz, and to be fair, this is not the easiest place in the world to hold off on. All we've got is this and the upstairs section. So now we've got enough to get level 2 armor, which is great. And again, we're close to being tier 3 pap, but not quite. The one bad side to the Covenant system is until you spend any of these, you can't get more. So we've got that Mother Lodge there, which is a high chance to keep equipment after using it, which is really good. We're actually going to swap that with Unholy Ground, so we can basically have more than 3 monkey bombs. there's a chance that I could throw them and it won't spend any of them. I just killed a Stormkrieger and it dropped a level 2 papped gun. So now we have 2, which is absolutely amazing. Again, if you wanted to, you could hit the mystery box to try and get something, but the shotgun is just too good. I have 30,000 points. We can now afford to upgrade our gun to level 3, which is going to make us absolutely cracked at the game. Also, you notice our altar is now glowing orange, which means we have a legendary covenant, which is Bloodlust. That's not what we want. We don't want that one. Now that we've upgraded our weapon, any points you have left over should now be used to buy perks. So since we haven't bought Stamina Up and Speed Cola yet, let's go ahead and do that. Well, I just killed a Stormkrieger and he dropped a self-revive, and just to show there's a chance that you can get them by just killing zombies and finding them in the world, which is awesome. Now that we've bought every perk twice and we've got a tier 3 pap, we can just keep going, and now we can focus on gaining points to be able to afford those next tiers and perks. Now we're on 11 and we've got 13k. I'm gonna always suggest that we go for Juggernaut. As long as we have that, we have the most amount of health possible, and that's always a good thing. We should also be going for Diabolical Damage because obviously we want to do more damage. Going through, we're getting more points. We're just going to keep progressively upgrading each of our perks. We're going to go for the regen so we can get our health regen a bit quicker. And now we'll go for Speed Cola. I would definitely make sure you're careful because at this stage, the hub world is going to be crazy trying to go and get these perks. There's going to be just so many zombies and bosses waiting around for you, so be careful. You can see we've got another legendary, and look at this. We've got Motherload and Deathblow, so we'll upgrade our Deathblow. We'll put Motherload there, and now there's a great chance that if we throw a Monkey Bomb, we'll get one back. Another 18k points. We're just going to go ahead and get the final upgrades to our perks. So that's 7,500 per one, which is very, very expensive. In the same order, we'll go and get our Diabolical Damage next. I'll be able to do max damage and have max health. And as you can see, we have 200 now. And now we can finally get tier 3 armor as well. Wave 13 onwards, you're going to want to be careful because you are going to have lots of super sprinting zombies, which I'm sure you're all familiar with if you play Cold War. But yeah, especially when it comes to objectives like this, it actually gets pretty insane. Since I've gone down, I've got a self-res. I will lose 1 tier of my perks, which is absolutely fine. That just means I've got to go and buy them again, which is the only problem when it comes to high rounds or high waves in Vanguard Zombies, is it's very difficult to recover points once you go down. You lose 1 tier from every perk. Yeah, that was low-key pretty difficult, and I have a feeling that all of those in the future will be. But since I lost the self-res, if you're not a high enough level to be able to craft one, you're going to have to try and get one either from opening boxes or getting them to drop from Stormkriegers. Do remember to buy back the tiers of perks that you lost. So wave 15 onwards, this is going to get difficult. And I mean difficult. You're already seeing how difficult it will be in your game with just the amount of sprinters that you've got. Just the amount of enemies you're going to be dealing with, it's quite overwhelming. So what I'd definitely say, especially for like objectives like this, is just play it super safe. Don't stay in one spot. At this point, you want to keep constantly moving, especially if you can farm getting runestones in a good spot. Like, this isn't the greatest. What you can do is you can have runestones lying around just on the map for you to pick up, deposit them, and then all those zombies will despawn, and you can go and pick up those runestones that are already lying around. And also, when you're depositing them, once you've deposited all 5, any zombies that are on the map currently will just despawn. Like in this scenario here, I need 3 more runestones. I can hear a Stormkrieger stomping around. He's going to be entering the level very shortly. If I can just work on killing normal zombies and getting them, I don't even need to... Here we go. Now it's full. I don't even need to worry about taking him out. I can just deposit the runestones and I've completed the objective and I didn't even have to worry about taking him out. And so begins the mission to upgrade the rest of our perks now. And again, at this high, zombies are just going to be making your life a nightmare in this hub world. So you got to be careful. All right, now we're finally back to full perks. So these later rounds, they are genuinely pretty difficult, but you're fully set up with everything you need at this point. It's just a matter of skill, being able to maneuver in the correct ways during each of these scenarios. so that you can survive and keep going. Now, I'd say these sort of objectives late wave are going to be really, really difficult. This one's going to have us going across the hub world. And the best way to do this is just to play it conservatively. We've got monkeys, which you should hopefully have. And for transmits like this, you do just want to be using the space and trying to take out the zombies as quickly as you can. And also trying to train them up if you can get a little bit further ahead. Remember, you do have monkeys. So in this case, we will chuck a monkey down because why not? And as you see, we didn't lose it, which is really good thanks to that Covenant ability. But this is actually getting very difficult, so I will go ahead and throw down another. Oh no, we got it done. Oh my gosh. That was very difficult though. Now we're really getting into a rhythm now. There isn't really any reason to do anything in the hub world apart from if you went down and you need to rebuy perks. We just keep on going. Here we are on wave 20 with a blitz. I currently got like 30 seconds left and I've got one Stormkrieger, potentially two. What I'm going to do here is I'm just not going to bother killing them because there's no point. If I can just survive till the timer ends, I don't have to take these guys out. And it makes my life a little bit easier. We just got to avoid the fire for like 10 more seconds and then boom, easy. There we go. Didn't even have to bother taking them out. The game done it for me. Now, the most important thing you need to realize when you get to waves this high is that the zombies are going to be very aggressive, be able to swipe you multiple times in very quick succession. At the game, it starts out with 20 HP loss per zombie hit. This will increase in the higher waves, and some enemies do up to 100 HP of damage per hit. And if you combine that, super sprinting zombies and having multiple of them swiping you at the exact same time, you can go down within the blink of an eye. It's vital you keep your distance at these higher waves. You also want to make sure you're always refilling your armor using salvage before you go into these objectives, and making sure that if you see any armor drops or plates, you go and pick those up. At this stage, you're in the end game. All you're going to be doing is making sure that you rebuy those perks if you do go down. Remembering you only lose one tier of a perk when you go down, and you will never actually lose those base perks. You'll always keep those forever. Obviously, it's very costly to get those perks back to tier 4. But that's my ultimate guide. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'd love to know your thoughts and feedback if you discover any other things that I've missed in this that you think are vital in getting set up for the perfect game of Vanguard Zombies. Especially when it comes to loadouts, we're definitely going to be covering some videos on the best loadout weapons to take in, but the combat shotgun, you're gonna enjoy that. If you learned something new, be sure to leave a like rating and subscribe for more zombie videos like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.